saying? But it's more fuck niggas than it is real niggas.
Yes, it is.
And that's why there are more successful real people, because a lot of fuck niggas held a lot of people back purposely. Like, made it their life's work to just make sure this nigga wasn't gonna be nobody.
Peace and blessings, y'all. Welcome to the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer. I'm Ajani the Exposer, your host for tonight's show. I know a lot of y'all are asking, what is that? Yes, sir, that is Bun B from the legendary UGK rap group. And he just dropped some knowledge for us. And tonight's show is going to be predicated on what he is talking about. And I know you're saying, well, Ajani, what does this have to do with basketball? So we're going to listen to Bun B again, and we're going to see if we're going to have a great show tonight predicated on Bun B's words of wisdom. So let's listen to Bun B speak again, y'all. Welcome to the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer. I'm Ajani. Y'all go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to become a member of the channel because we are GOAT James Kingdom. So let's go ahead and listen to Bun B again explain this to y'all. Pay attention.
If everybody was a real nigga and everybody was solid, more people would be successful. You know what I'm saying? But it's more fuck niggas than it is real niggas.
Yes, it is.
And that's why there are more successful real people, because a lot of fuck niggas held a lot of people back purposely. Like, made it their life's work to just make sure this nigga wasn't gonna be nobody.
Okay, y'all. What's good? This is the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer. Y'all heard the legendary Bun B explain what a fuck nigga is. So today's show, we're going to talk about why the GOAT debate still persists and why there is an issue in the entire basketball world. So ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for you guys joining me on a Friday night. As you guys know, we are the GOAT James Kingdom podcast, and we have people upset here. As usual, they don't know what to do because, yes, we are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. Like we said, and just like Bun B just said, there are people that are dedicating their life to watching people not be successful. That's what they want to do. This is what they want to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. You guys know on a Friday night I show up. There's some games on the slate. We got the Cavs actually playing against the Timberwolves tonight. Although both teams are facing injuries, it should still be a good matchup. But as you can see, my Heat are playing as well. There's a few other games on the slate. So thanks for joining me on a Friday night, because as you guys know, this is GOAT James Kingdom. And we bring it like nobody else brings it on a Friday night. But again, tonight's show is going to be about how we have a problem in the basketball world, because there is a group of guys who talk basketball illegitimately. And the reason we're going to bring this up is because, ladies and gentlemen, LeBron James just come out with his own podcast. And under this podcast, it's called Mind the Game. And basically, it's just him and JJ Redick sitting down having a conversation about basketball. And through all of this, we have MJ fans and Kobe Bryant fans having an issue with what LeBron James had. Now, most real basketball fans who watch this said this is a refreshing new take for us to have, to sit here and have LeBron James and talk about the game of basketball. It's great. It is great for any NBA fan, any basketball fan. But somehow Kobe Bryant fans and Michael Jordan fans have found an issue with this. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the Friday Night Exposure. Tonight's show is actually rated R. There's going to be some adult language being used tonight. So parental advisory is noted to anybody. This is not for children. We are going to expose what we know as fuck niggas. Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan fans are full of fuck niggas. And they spend their entire life trying to discredit one man in particular, but an entire generation of basketball players, because they can't handle real greatness when it comes to basketball. And I'm going to explain it even further as we get to it. So tonight's show, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is an adult-themed show. We are going to talk basketball, and I am going to use foul language today. So hit that button, hit that subscribe button. Follow us on Facebook. Also follow us on TikTok, Instagram. You guys know how we do it here. We're also on Discord. We have the Discord link available in the chat. But again, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's show is about why Michael Jordan fans and Kobe Bryant fans are insecure about GOAT James. they have an issue with LeBron James having a podcast talking about the game of basketball. They legitimately have an issue with it. We have a whole crew of guys from Creepers Pro to Cricket TV to Michael Jordan fans are the worst to Kendrick Perkins, all upset at LeBron James because he sat down for 1 hour with JJ Redick talking about the game of basketball, the way he views it, the way he sees it, from his perspective. Nothing else. But they're upset. Why are they upset? Use a fuck nigga. That's why. That's the only reason to be upset. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me let you hear it again. This is the legendary Bun B explaining to y'all who's a fuck nigga and what a fuck nigga is.
If everybody was a real nigga and everybody was solid, more people would be successful. You know what I'm saying? But it's more fuck niggas than it is real niggas.
Yes, it is.
And that's why there are more successful real people, because a lot of fuck niggas held a lot of people back purposely. Like, made it their life's work to just make sure this nigga wasn't gonna be nobody.
I mean, legitimately, that's what they are. Kobe Bryant fans and Michael Jordan fans are full of use a fuck nigga. Straight up and down. And that is the problem with the basketball world, because we can't have LeBron James talk about the game of basketball without them finding a way to disrespect LeBron James and today's NBA. So now, the first thing they're upset about is that LeBron James, right, explained how that in his mind, one of the things that you need to be a great player, there was 3 keys to it. One of them was a high IQ. And LeBron James explained how he has a high IQ and how there's certain things that he doesn't understand from his teammates that they can't understand on the basketball court. One thing in particular he said he didn't like was that a player would forget a play right after a timeout, coming out of a timeout, going back on the court after sitting there watching the coach draw the play and go out on the court 5-10 seconds later and say, I forgot the play. So that was one thing that he said that he couldn't understand. And then the other thing was how players couldn't flip plays in their mind. So when a coach draws a play for either the strong side or the right side, the left side, whatever it is, a player needs a coach to draw it on both sides for them to understand how to run the play on both sides of the floor. LeBron says, I never needed that. I could have done that, in my mind. And he said that he was doing that since he was in the 5th or 6th grade, since he was a young child. That it was very easy for him to comprehend plays and to flip plays. I mean, it was a great show. Even JJ Redick said the same thing, which is why use a fuck nigga. Because JJ Redick said it himself. He didn't understand how certain players couldn't flip plays. Because he said that when they used to run the floppy for him, that he would ask them to do it on the other side when he went to Philadelphia, and certain players didn't understand how to run the floppy on the other side of the court. And he was just like, yo, we're just going to run it on the other side. And they were like, no, he had to draw it for them to understand it. But LeBron gets the blame. LeBron gets called out for that by these so-called basketball aficionados. But in reality, use a fuck nigga. That's all you are. And you will continually be that. Because you are depending your entire life on the downfall of another man. They claim I'm a glazer. I ride LeBron James nuts because I praise LeBron James. What kind of grown man praises another grown man? What kind of grown man has another page dedicated to a grown man? Well, what kind of dude is you that you spend your whole lifetime trying to discredit and downplay somebody because you can't do it or because you just don't like it? Use a fuck nigga. That's what you are. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't hear the words of Bun B, the legendary rapper.
If real nigga and everybody was solid, more people would be successful. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But it's more fuck niggas than it is real niggas.
Yes, it is.
And that's why there are more successful real people, because a lot of fuck niggas held a lot of people back purposely. Like, made it their life's work to just make sure this nigga wasn't gonna be nobody.
Their life's work to make sure this nigga ain't gonna be nobody. That's what Michael Jordan fans and Kobe Bryant saw. Use a fuck nigga. Straight up and down. They can't even let LeBron James have a show and talk about the game of basketball. They can't even do that. That is their problem. That's why the GOAT debate is persistent. That's why we can't talk basketball without the GOAT debate being an issue. That's why we can't say we done with the 90s. Because of this situation right here. There is a lot of fuck niggas in the game of basketball. There's a lot of fuck niggas who claim they talk basketball. There's a lot of fuck niggas with channels trying to talk basketball, but all they do is talk LeBron James, and negatively, because they can't see nothing. They can't understand. And there is actually a scientific, psychological disorder placed for these people. And we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But these people are consistently trying to find ways to discredit LeBron James. So they get upset with LeBron James because LeBron James supposedly also said, right, that, you know, he brought up his teammates. That was one thing they were upset with him about. They were saying that he was, you know, bringing up his teammates. Another thing was about him praising himself. They were like, oh, this is just another way for LeBron James to glaze on himself, to praise himself, to make him seem like he's special. Do all of this. Why he got to have a podcast? Why he got to do this? Right? But I find that odd because Michael Jordan got a 10-hour documentary praising himself and discrediting his teammates. Right? And there are over a dozen NBA players active in today that have a podcast. No one says these guys are creating a podcast to just boost themselves up and praise themselves. Paul George has a podcast. Pat Beverly has a podcast. Draymond Green has a podcast. Jalen Brunson has a podcast with Josh Hart. So many players have a podcast in today's NBA. Active players. Jeff Teague has a podcast. I think he's still playing. I don't even know if Jeff Teague's still playing or not. But so many players have a podcast. So many players are sitting here telling us the game and watching it the game. Why can't LeBron do it? Why is LeBron now all of a sudden trying to put himself on a pedestal because he's sitting there talking the game? See, they don't want to talk about the X's and O's and all the things that him and JJ Redick was talking about. This is what they're upset about. And this is why use a fuck nigga. It's just straight up and down. That's what y'all are. A bunch of fuck niggas. Always upset about nothing. Angry about nothing. I don't know why. What is their issue? What is your problem? Why do you always have to try to talk about LeBron James in a negative light? Why you got to talk about today's NBA in a negative light? Why can't Ant-Man be considered the next Michael Jordan without you feeling some type of way? Right? Why? Why do you tell me I can't talk about Michael Jordan in the 90s if I'm done with the 90s? What is your problem? And let me show you why they are use a fuck nigga. Right? Because at the end of the day, right, if we go to what Mr. Kobe Bryant used to say about his teammates and what Kobe Bryant used to do with his teammates, they called it the Mamba mentality. Let's listen to Kobe Bryant talk about his teammates.
You saw that you couldn't motivate others. They were lazy. How did you respond? Go up to Phil's office and Mitch's office and have a nice salary cap conversation about how we can move these players and get them out of there. Pack them up and move them out. So you're the general manager. Well, no, but I was the one that was like, listen, at the end of the day, the career said and done, you know, I'd be damned if I lose these championships because I'm playing with a bunch of lazy dudes. This is not happening. So either, you know, this train is going this way, one way or the other. You're going to be on it, you're going to be off it, you're going to be under it. It is what it is. I like to motivate players to be better. I don't want to have to motivate you to get in the gym in the first place.
So is Kobe Bryant condescending and throwing his teammates under the bus? Because Creepers Pro made a whole show about LeBron James being condescending because LeBron James would talk about how his teammates didn't have a good IQ, or certain teammates he played with wasn't that high in IQ in the game of basketball. Right? Gilbert Arenas the other day was saying how half of the league, those players don't even love the game of basketball. They just play it because they were talented. He was saying in the top 10, he was saying there's players in the top 10 that didn't love the game. They were just very gifted, and that's how they were able to manage to have an illustrious NBA career. No one calls these people condescending, liars, none of that. But when LeBron James talks about the game honestly, you guys got a problem. You know why? Use a fuck nigga. And that's just the truth. That is just the truth. Kobe Bryant just called his teammates lazy. So can I say every teammate that got traded while Kobe Bryant was on the Lakers was because Kobe thought that they were lazy? Can I say that? Can I pretend like y'all like to do? What is y'all problem? Again, I know what y'all problem is. I honestly know what y'all problem is. And then lastly, the last thing that came up about this whole LeBron James mind the game podcast was LeBron James talked about the most influential players that he saw in the game, that in his mind The players that he thought were the most influential from what he's seen. Now, remind you, LeBron James was born in 1984, the year Michael Jordan got drafted. He actually mentioned Michael Jordan when he mentioned Stephen Curry and Allen Iverson being the two most influential players that he saw with his eyes. He also, before stating that, mentioned Michael Jordan's name and saying, obviously, of course, Michael Jordan's influence in the game is major. But what he said, quote unquote, but what I see with my own eyes, he didn't see Michael Jordan's influence on the game. He was not watching 80s basketball. So he doesn't know Michael Jordan's influence. He started watching the game while Michael Jordan had already influenced the game. So he knows of Michael Jordan's influence because one of the three things he considered to be a great player is knowing the history of the game. He understood the history, so he understood Michael Jordan's influence, but he didn't see it. Just like none of us saw it because none of us was watching the 80s. Most of us were born in the 80s, if not later. So none of us saw that shit. And that's why you's a fuck nigga. And you're spending your whole life dedicated on hating on somebody. For no reason at all. For no reason at all. This is y'all problem. I have explained this. It's a simple concept. Michael Jordan fans suffer from what is known as the Cronus complex. Yeah, we about to drop some knowledge up in here. Because y'all are crazy. Straight up and down. But not only are y'all crazy, you's a fuck nigga. On top of that, if y'all don't know about Cronus, the Greek god, okay, then y'all don't know about history. All right? Cronus was a Greek god who was one of the Titans who overthrew his father as a ruler to become the ruler of the earth. And he was considered the ruler of the golden age of humanity to the Greek philosophy. And Cronus had a problem because his parents told him because he overthrew his parents because they were tyrannical. And he overthrew his father so he could take over and rule his own way and be his own tyrannical leader himself. And they warned him that he would also be overthrown by one of his offsprings. So what Cronus did was decide that every offspring he had, he would devour. He would eat them. Now, there's different stories. Some say he ate them whole. Some say he didn't. But every child and offspring that Cronus had, he physically ate and devoured and destroyed it in fear that there would be an offspring in the future that would overthrow him as the ruler and take over him as the patriarchal ruler. And the male sons were the most important ones. So what did Cronus do? Cronus ate his children. That's what he did. He ate his children. And the story goes that his wife got tired of it, so she wrapped a stone in a blanket, a baby's blanket, gave it to him, and he ate that, and he thought he ate his son. That son ended up being Zeus, the great Egyptian god. I mean, not Egyptian god. Well, he is from Egypt, but great Greek god. And he eventually overthrew Cronus because he was hidden, and his mother hid him. But the Cronus complex, it's right here, ladies and gentlemen. You can look at it for yourself. It says it right here for you. What it says, first of all, it says, why did Cronus eat his children? It says, he now became the king of the Titans and took for his consort his sister, Re. She bore him Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon, all of whom he swallowed because of his own parents warned him that he would be overthrown by his own children. That's from the Britannica.com. But what is the Cronus complex? Well, the Cronus complex is loosely defined as a psychodynamic in which a father emulates the tyrannical behavior of his father, quote unquote, devouring his own children, specifically his male children, to forestall any challenges to his patriarchal authority. This is what Michael Jordan fans and Kobe Bryant fans suffer from. And this is why you's a fuck nigga. And psychologically speaking, the Cronus complex reflects the father's unconscious hostility and rivalry in relation to his sons and his unconscious wish to castrate, humiliate, and annihilate them. This is the problem with Michael Jordan fans. They suffer from the Cronus complex. This is their problem right here. They can't help themselves. They have to destroy and annihilate the things that they claim Michael Jordan influenced for us to be able to appreciate today. So all of the greatness that Michael Jordan gave us, that created today's NBA for us to appreciate, they have to destroy it because eventually that will consume Michael Jordan and the 90s. And we're seeing it live today as we speak. This is what they're afraid of. And this is why use a fuck nigga. You guys suffer from the Cronus complex. It's just factual. These are your issues as a basketball fan, and this is the issue as us as basketball fans because we have to deal with you guys afraid that Michael Jordan and the great 90s will be dethroned. Now, remember, if Michael falls, so does Kobe, because Kobe's hanging on Michael's coattail. And Kobe fans have been hanging around Michael's aura and trying to use that to boost Kobe. But Michael Jordan fans understand Kobe's not a threat. Kobe has already been consumed by Michael Jordan because they include Kobe in the 90s. And Jordan dominated the 90s. So that means he already devoured Kobe. The problem is LeBron's era and on, which they consider after 2010. So for the last 13, 14 NBA seasons, we have been dealing with the Cronus complex and a bunch of use a fuck nigga. Straight up and down. Shout out to Travis. Thank you for joining me. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. I'm Ajani the Exposer. This is Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer. And I have officially exposed why Michael Jordan fans and Kobe Bryant fans are fuck niggas. Yes, I said it. Use a fuck nigga. If you got a problem, I will put up the link for you. You could address me however you want. You could address me as a man, or you can address me as a hater. You can do whatever you want. But once I put this link up, ain't no turning back when I put you up here. Because use a fuck nigga. And if you're not one, then talk like a real basketball fan. Explain to me the real shit about basketball. Don't give me your bullshit. I'm tired of it. You guys use a fuck nigga. Straight up fuck niggas. You spend your whole life trying to discredit LeBron James. And now you have nothing better to do with yourself. Nothing at all. You have no life. And this is the sad thing. Shout out to the locker room, Reggie. Reggie said something that was profound. And we're gonna have a conversation about it. Reggie, in the locker room, y'all gonna follow the locker room. He's a big time LeBron supporter. He goes in on all of these guys like Creepers Pro. He goes in on what's his name? Cricket TV. He goes in on all of these guys. Right now, he has an aim for Man Down Sports. All right, Mel and them over there. He's seen our video, but he was talking about how Stephen A. Smith snitched on himself and was talking about Stephen A. Smith telling Dan Le Batard how as their audience that they've built is expecting them to have these type of discussions that is narrative based and not predicated on basketball and basically being use a fuck nigga. They have to keep continuing doing this and going this route about talking about nonsense, and they can't appreciate the game. But let me bring up my boy here. What's good, Twin Man? Thank you for joining me, bro. I know you see the comments. I'm not really even paying attention to the comments because, like I said, I'm gonna put the link up for y'all. But what's good, Twin Man? What you got for me today, brother? Talk to me. What's good, brother?
Well, you know my stance, bro. I've consistently said I don't understand what these people's problem are. Like the fervor in which and the energy they put in to discrediting and trying to destroy this man's entire legacy is insane. That's the only thing I can say, bro. I think they are insane.
They
It can't
suffer
be
from.
he's great.
Uh-huh.
It can't be he's great. It can't be he takes care of himself. It
Mm-hmm.
can't be that he's the master of his art. It has to be he's on PEDs. He's
Mm-hmm.
cheated the game. He's done everything wrong, and they have no proof to back up their ridiculous ass arguments. So what do? They go to these other platforms and they trauma bond because they need to be in the echo chamber of LeBron James bad. And when you ask them, what has the man done to make you think this? They just tell you a bunch of nonsense. All of this is nostalgia. Nostalgia and insanity. They can't let go of the 90s. The very first time I came on your platform, I sat here and I asked y'all, when did Jordan ever pass Kareem? No Jordan fan has ever answered that question because he hasn't. The only reason why Jordan was considered the GOAT is because he was easily marketable. Kareem never got along with the league or the media. Those are facts. But when did Jordan ever pass Kareem? Because nobody can answer that question.
Wait. I'm glad that you brought that up. Because you remember the mythology of Cronus was that he overthrew his father unjustly, tyrannically wise, right? That's what they did to Kareem. That's what they're afraid is going to happen to Jordan. That's why they accuse us of everything that they do when we don't even do it. So they are fully aware that someone is coming. Kobe was the closest to them. To them, LeBron is the real threat. That's why they always go after LeBron no matter what, right?
Kobe was never a threat. He glazed Jordan his entire career. So he couldn't be a threat.
But that's what I'm saying. They saw the writing because they saw how they bestowed Jordan as the GOAT over Kareem when it was unjustly done. But because the league at that time needed Michael Jordan's popularity for its growth, right? Because people don't understand, the guys who played in the 70s and the 60s have a great NBA pension based off of the popularity and growth of the NBA during the 90s and how it became what it is today. So Michael Jordan being bestowed as the GOAT benefited the elder statesmen. So they never really fought against it. You see what I'm saying? They allowed it to happen because now the growth of the league was bigger than they ever thought. So now we're making money. We're all getting money. So that was something that Michael definitely, you know what I'm saying, that was allowed to happen and that's what they don't understand. But they understood that this could happen as well. That's why they don't like us when we create any subjective take on LeBron. Because any subjective take could possibly knock Jordan out. Because that's how they knocked out Kareem. You see what I'm saying?
I see people in the comments really talking about we too young to understand what happened in the 90s. I'm not too young to understand that they marketed this motherfucker the entire 90s. Every other commercial, even in New York, was about Michael Jordan. Anytime something came on about basketball, it was about Michael Jordan. If I sat here and they marketed anybody like that, you don't think they would be the GOAT? Like, y'all need to stop. I'm not sitting here saying Jordan was a great player, but to sit here and pretend like nobody can come along and ever be better than him is absolutely insane. It's just insane.
Well, it's in the chat, right? We got the link in the chat. I'm sorry, the poll, right? We have the poll here. Let me double check the poll, make sure I got the right numbers. So far in the poll, with the votes that we have, with 35 votes, I asked y'all, does the GOAT title last forever? 26% has stated yes, 74% has stated no. So again, this understanding of who we are as a LeBron group is also showing in these type of polls. Because we're not fuck niggas. We're not fuck niggas. They always ask us about Luka and Giannis and Joker and what's going to happen when they surpass LeBron in certain accolades and achievements. That's going to make them the GOAT.
They got to get there first.
Yeah, they got to, exactly. But we're not going to sit here and hate and not expect them. Again, these guys are better. They're more skilled than LeBron was at 24, 25 years old, by far. We've never seen nobody like Luka and Joker. So, but that's expected. It's today. It's today's NBA.
Somebody's going to come along better than LeBron James, and you know what I'm going to sit here and say? I'm going to congratulate that person. The same way Magic came along and Larry Bird came along and they rescued the league and Michael came in there, and even though he couldn't get past the Pistons, he was exciting to watch. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like he wasn't exciting to watch. But to sit here and pretend like they was calling this motherfucker the GOAT back in 93.
91, 88, 89.
Right. Are we pretending like all of a sudden it's rings And you know why they said he was the GOAT? Because of how he played, his play style, his ability to jump real high and look like he was floating and flying in the air. It had nothing to do with how he shot a mid-range shot or his defense. They just look at his artful jumping. Like, stop it. I don't understand why I sit here and lie every damn time we come on this internet. We're not lying to you. Why are you acting like there wasn't an entire marketing campaign behind Michael Jordan to make him the GOAT? Because you can't tell me he's better than Kareem.
Oh, bringing that up. That's another thing, right? See, as LeBron fans, we got a chance to really watch LeBron as a child. You watched him because he was. I'm gonna bring up a video for y'all to understand this. We were able to see LeBron as who he was as a kid. We never knew Michael Jordan as a kid coming into the league, or Kobe coming in into the league, right? We got a perception of them based off of Sonny Vaccaro's advertising marketing plan for Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant for Nike and Adidas. So the idea of the tough mentality, the killer instincts, all this stuff was already bestowed upon them coming into the league as young guys. We never really knew who the real Kobe Bryant was, who the real Michael Jordan was. We were always told who they were through marketing campaigns. We didn't get that with LeBron. All we got with LeBron was high school phenom. That was the marketing campaign. There's this high school phenom. But how are we going to see him? We don't watch him. That's why they started putting him on ESPN. So people could actually see what everybody was talking about. So he became a social phenom. So we knew LeBron as a kid, as a teenager. We understood that he grew up from Akron and all of this stuff. We know this. We know these things. I don't think people know what city Michael Jordan's from in North Carolina. Where is he from in North Carolina? Does anybody know?
I couldn't tell you, bro. This is how delusional Jordan fans are. They did a poll on ESPN for the greatest college basketball male college basketball player ever, and they actually said Jordan was the greatest college basketball male player ever.
Bugging.
That's how delusional they are.
Yeah.
Do they realize Kareem lost 2 games in his entire college career? I think it was only 2 games he lost in his entire college career, if I'm not mistaken. Like, this is the same group that loves to talk about accolades or king. The most winningest players ever, Bill Russell, Kareem, and if we're talking about pure numbers, Wilt, how is he better than any of them? How?
Well, again, I got Wilt ahead of him. I just do. I really do. Shout out to Anthony Davis. Appreciate you, brother. GOAT James Kingdom member. He said Kareem was 88-2. That's the numbers there. Shout out to you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, this is the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer. Y'all can go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to become a member of the channel because we're going to continue to do stuff like this. So let me let you get your last words into it, man, so I can continue on and get some other folks in.
So let me make it clear. I kind of don't even argue with people with this anymore, because until you can tell me how he's better than Kareem, there's no argument for Jordan over LeBron. There's just no argument. Because statistically, I'm sorry, he's not better than Kareem. He wasn't better than Kareem in college. He wasn't better than Kareem in the NBA. He's definitely not better than LeBron. He was barely the best on his own damn team. And if he didn't have Scottie, we wouldn't be talking about this right now.
So like, Jordan's fifth on your list.
Let me tell you something. Only reason why Jordan's in the top 3 is because of the stat padding he did in the fucking 80s and 90s.
So he's top 3.
They love to talk about LeBron James as a stat patter. Do we understand Jordan in the 80s was the entire offense and took every goddamn shot most of the damn games? He's putting up all these numbers and was doing what? This is what I'm talking about. If winning is everything.
Why are you getting him upset?
For sucking in the 80s, bro. He got all these number 1 picks, but LeBron needs all the help. Stop it. LeBron don't even know what the lottery look like.
Oh, stop it. He doesn't know what the lottery looks like. He really doesn't. Jordan doesn't know. Jordan doesn't know.
Tell them what they are again.
Use a fuck nigga.
I holler.
Peace, brother. Peace, brother. That is shots fired by Twin Man. He don't play no games with y'all. Like I said, tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen, it is not a show for children. So please let your children watch something else tonight. It isn't. Tonight's not the night because Michael Jordan fans use a fuck nigga. Kobe Bryant fans use a fuck nigga. And the reason y'all some fuck niggas is because y'all can't appreciate nobody, man. Y'all spend y'all whole life trying to bring somebody down. Bum B already explained it, man. The world would be a better place. There'd be more successful people if it wasn't for fuck niggas. There's too many fuck niggas in the world. There's too many Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan fans in basketball. They got to get the fuck out. We're tired of y'all. You guys don't know how to talk basketball. You guys don't know how to appreciate the game of basketball. Use a fuck nigga. Every last one of y'all. Every last one of y'all. And I'm going to explain this. Because, see, look. You know, you guys get mad at us for being LeBron fans, right? And it's crazy how y'all really make fun of us for really liking LeBron and thinking LeBron James is a great human being on top of the fact that he's a great basketball player. Because if we take our time to really look and scope at what this young man did for his career and what he's done for the NBA, let's look at LeBron James. This is LeBron James in high school. This is a 15-year-old. This is a freshman, a sophomore. Let's listen to what LeBron James says.
Despite being an underclassman, LeBron leads by example, not only athletically, but in the classroom as well. He carries above a 3.3 grade point average. Both on and off the court, the sky really is the limit for LeBron's accomplishments over the next 4 years.
Very, very team-oriented. He's very well liked at the school. He's got a bubbly personality. He's just been a pleasure to be around. I want to be a role model. Want people, like, when I get old, I want little kids to look up to me, too, like they do in the pros. I like just to be who I am and just be friends with everybody and just help people who need help.
I mean, think about this, y'all. We were watching this young man since he was 15, 14 years old, 13 years old. Imagine that. All the kids said was, yo, I just want to be a great basketball player and show people that they can make it out of the hood and be a great role model. Now tell me where LeBron James failed at. He made that declaration 20-something years ago. And you gonna find ways to hate him? Use a fuck nigga. That's it. That's all you is. There's nothing else to be discussed. Travis.
Hey.
What's good, Travis? Thank you for the support, man. Appreciate you for all of the love, man. Thank you so much, sir. You need to become a Goat James Kingdom member. You need to go ahead and sign up for the membership. Go ahead and check out the perks, because we know we'll take care of you like we take care of all our
What
members.
the hell? How am I not a member already?
No, you got to sign up for the membership. You got to join. You got to go to our channel, hit subscribe. After you hit subscribe, you will see a join tab. Once you hit that join tab, it'll tell you all the different perks, and you can sign to one of the tiers. And once you're one of the tiers, man, we'll take care of you, bro. Like we take care of the rest of them. You can ask John.
Dude, that's happening in the next 15 minutes. For
okay,
sure.
do that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. So again, you have obviously stepped away from the fuck nigga label, right? Because you're an objective Kobe Bryant fan. You're an objective Michael Jordan fan, but you know that your whole camp is full of fuck niggas, right?
Yep. Big time.
It's big time. Now, first of all, are you familiar with Bun B and UGK?
Vaguely.
Okay. So you don't listen to rap music, right? That's not your thing?
Not really my thing, no.
Okay, no, that's fine. But you got the Beyonce album, the country album?
Of course, yeah. It's goated.
Nah, but anyways, Bun B is a legendary rapper. And he those words sat with me when I heard him say that. About how there's just a group of people in this world that exist that they will make their lifetime dedication to hating on other people, just to destroy somebody else. It doesn't matter. We're just using them, and we're just using this context with Michael Jordan fans and Kobe Bryant fans. But this applies to work. We've all worked somewhere where you just had a coworker that you just said, why is this motherfucker always trying to find some shit to get me in trouble? Like, why are you picking on me? Right? There's just fuck niggas everywhere. But there's just a lot of them in Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant camps.
You know what, man? When I first came on this channel, like way back when, I was like, oh, you guys are exaggerating. You guys are like totally making that. But then, like, I see all this vitriol and like videos you guys post, and I see all these like people coming at you guys like on a personal level because they just don't agree with just like a couple takes. And like I was like, you know what? Like these guys, these actual Jordan fans and Kobe fans are just the worst. Like it's just terrible to see, and it's like it makes me like almost hate to have to be like, hey, to like kind of mention it. But dude, I'm with you guys. I sympathize, and like you guys put up with a lot of bullshit,
Mm-hmm.
and it's unwarranted
Yes.
completely because these guys can't argue their points. They don't know how to articulate, and like I see people going back and forth in our chat and our comments all the time after every video, and like they do so though they use stats and whatever, but these fuckboys just come at you guys like personally, and it's like the worst thing ever.
It's horrible. All right, all right. Recently, we just posted a video of
Saw that.
somebody, right? Now
Fuck
this
that guy,
this
man.
this guy, this is actually the first person I actually blocked on my Facebook from ever because this motherfucker was going on my personal page, right?
Yeah.
And mind you, I didn't accept him as a friend, so he was going to the public posts that I have posted, of mostly LeBron James and Goat James Kingdom posts that I've been posting because most of my posts on Facebook are just for my friends. But he was going to them and talking shit, and I'm like, yo, this motherfucker's crazy, right? But I don't understand why, right? What is your obsession with me? Now I'm an immigrant, right? I don't. Now you got to talk about. Yeah, I mean, all of these. I mean, and you see how psychotic the guy is. He again. These guys have a mental disorder. Now the difference between the mental disorder that I'm talking about, which is the Cronus complex, and something like, that was more hereditary, something that's more genetic, is that this is a choice. These dudes are actually choosing to behave this way. They can choose to behave another way, but they just can't help themselves because at the end of the day, they're just, you know what I'm saying?
It's just who they are, and like as a person,
Mm-hmm.
like they whether it's like a product of their raising or do they just like were fucked up mentally, they just choose to be this way, and it's like it's gonna lead to obviously having like overall horrible life. They can't they can't respond to you in a rational, logical way because you just dog on, just expose them at every turn until they resort to bashing shit like that, and it's I hate that like they kind of speak for they put a bad light on people who like share a similar basketball take, and it's just terrible.
Yeah, they really do, and that's the thing. And this is the thing that I've always said, and this is one of the things that Ralph. Shout out to Ralph Alexander. He always stated this: I don't take one for the team, right?
Yeah.
But this, a lot of Jordan fans do that. They say, "Oh no, that's not me. Oh no, you guys shouldn't listen to them." Blah blah blah. But they never really check those dudes. They never really tell those dudes you need to just keep it to. Nobody checks Cricket TV. Nobody checks Creepers Pro when they're going on their rants week in and week out. Shout out to Lamont because I know you follow Lamont in FYF Sports Debate. He broke it down on another level. Today's show's kind of a stolen page from him. He went to a deep psychosis diagnosis of why these guys are like this and why they spend their lifetime trying to discredit one man and an entire era on top of it. You know,
Loki Lamont's a genius.
yeah, he is. Shout out to Lamont. Shout out to him, man. He's definitely a genius. So, any last word, Travis, so I can bring up one of the Goat James Kingdom members because you got to go. You got to go sign up, and then you can come back.
Yeah,
You
for sure.
got
I
any
just
last
want to.
words?
Yeah, for sure. Just want to address Twin Man really fast. Twin Man's like one of my favorite people ever. And but hey, Mike's better than Kareem because he's better offensively and defensively by any measurement you want to make. We'll have the
Damn.
discussion, and he has a top 3 resume of all time as well, next to Kareem's. So he's a little bit
All
better, but you can make an argument.
right, before you go though, when did Michael Jordan surpass Kareem then?
When he retired,
So in 2003.
yes,
Okay, all right, y'all. Y'all know who that is. Shout out to Travis T. Perfect. Thank you for joining me, sir.
Yes, sir.
You have a good evening, sir. Stay off the whiskey. Peace, Anthony. What's good, brother? Thank you for joining me. Shout out to you, brother. This is another Goat James Kingdom member. Thank you for your support of the channel
Amen.
and what we do here. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. So we're talking why Michael Jordan fans are insecure about Goat James and why the Goat James and why the Goat debate will persist forever. Because at the end of the day, Michael Jordan use a fuck nigga. That's what they are. That's basically what they are. It's not gonna end. It's not gonna stop. They're gonna continually find stupid ways to discredit LeBron James, no matter what it is. So, what do you got for me today? First of all, what's good, brother? And what do you got for me today?
All good. Can you hear me clearly?
I hear you clearly, brother. You are
Perfect.
clear. Yes.
All right, good. I think a lot of it, man. I'm giving some thought to this. I think a lot of it, and you know how old I am. I'll be 53 soon. I think a lot of it for these guys is that Jordan is iconic for them. He's an idol. He is something that they worship in a cult like fashion. So you've made mention of this before that a lot of these guys, their identities are wrapped up in Michael Jordan. That's where they get who they are, right? And
Mm-hmm.
if you take that away from them, then what do they have? So their childhood, their nostalgia, the essence of who they are,
Mm-hmm.
what has built them up. This
Mm-hmm.
is wrapped up in Michael Jordan. So now if you take this away from them, what do
Mm-hmm.
they have? It's so deeply rooted in their childhood. I get it. I understand. But these men are now in their 40s. You're a grown man, right? So I look at what's that guy, sports, fitness, and whatever this guy, scab
Oh yeah, yeah.
attack,
You know what? That's another one I've got to bring. Yeah, yeah. Sports fitness rant. Another
yeah,
one. You said scat attack. Is it uncut hoops?
uncut hoops,
Another one.
man,
There's another one called. This one is called the angry man, but I'm gonna call him the hungry man
yeah, hungry
show.
man, yeah, man down,
All of these
yeah,
guys, all of them.
Dreamers
Listen,
Pro,
listen.
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you that. Listen, pay attention. All of you, use a fuck nigga, straight up and
yeah.
down. Every last one of y'all.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
So a lot of these guys, man, for them, this is part of they're grown men. They don't know how to adjust. They don't know how to be adults. They don't know how to navigate this. So it's such a threat to who they are
Mm-hmm.
and to their formation. So when you talk about the psychological impact, that's
Mm-hmm.
what it is, and it really speaks to yo, man, the mental health of the fan base, the community. It is scary because I've never really paid attention, right? So I've gone to some of these guys' pages, and I said, well, let me just take a look at their pages. I just kind of scan and peruse their latest videos, and it's video after video after video after video of LeBron James. I said, now this can't be right. I looked at sports and fitness. I said, dude got half his content is hating on LeBron. Dream is Pro. Like 80% of his content. Man down, man. He must have had a field day with this podcast. Like he's got all these videos out there. I'm like, yo, dude, this can't mean this much to you. It
and none of
can't.
them, and none of them make videos of us. Now, mind you, look, read the comment. This is from Mr. Rex because it looks like a younger Rex here. It says, didn't Ajani threaten to beat up the Michael Jordan fans are the worst guy? When did I threaten to beat up anybody? What I said was, if you do not like what I say, you can take a flight to come see me for whatever it is
Yeah.
you want to address, or you can come on Friday Night Exposed and get exposed by the exposer.
Yeah, they ain't gonna mess with
Use
you
a
guys because
fuck
you.
nigga.
They're not gonna
Yeah.
mess with you guys because you guys speak from
No,
facts. You guys speak.
and bite us back because supposedly Mr. Dart, okay, has a round table of guys. Again, they need to. That's what I'm saying. They need one another. See, being a Michael Jordan fan was cool during the '90s. You went and got the Jordans. They were hard to get. They were expensive. So if you were wearing them and you were walking around in your school hallways, or you were considered cool.
Yeah,
It was great. But as life started to progress and certain responsibilities superseded your personal life, you were supposed to let these things go. And
yeah,
you couldn't let it go. And this is why you have the Cronus complex.
yeah,
Because you suffer from the future. You suffer
yeah.
from something coming in and overtaking what you're so comfortable in. You're in a
But
comfort zone. And you were cool in this comfort zone. Being this guy was cool. I didn't need to know how to dribble. I didn't need to watch the games. Because we heard the chick say, I don't need to watch Michael Jordan play. I know he's the GOAT.
yeah,
Kobe's my GOAT, but the GOAT is Michael Jordan. I
yeah.
know he is. He won Offensive Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year, even though Offensive Player of the Year doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. Yeah. you know, but I saw one of what's his name, sports and fitness. He
Mm-hmm.
had a video saying that LeBron uses his family as a prop. And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, what are you talking about? So you just showed a video of LeBron as a young guy,
Mm-hmm.
always desiring to be a role model. And so all throughout his childhood, all his friends, those
Mm-hmm.
associated with him,
Mm-hmm.
have all said, this is a good dude, man. He's about the community. He's about certain things. He's about his family, right? You
Mm-hmm.
you try to create all kinds of narratives, even with the genie bus leaning on him, right? All that stuff. But you see, Savannah and LeBron seem very healthy, very fine. But everybody's tried to slander this guy and scandalize this guy, where this PED stuff, nothing founded. no evidence, not understanding the testing policy of the league, how it's not just simply urine but blood test. So trust me, if they really wanted to find something on this guy, if it was there, it would have been found, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
just this constant attempt to scandalize and slander him and whatever it is because they're so deeply threatened. So it lets me know LeBron has to be everything that we're saying that he is, because if he wasn't, you wouldn't make this amount of content, man. You wouldn't be like this. So it just confirms
But
that he's got to be that guy.
what other content you have?
Yeah,
Mid range shooting,
yeah,
Kobe's inefficiency,
yeah.
killer instincts. Is that what you're going to talk about every episode? There's only so much fabrications you can do with that. So LeBron keeps giving them materials the way they see it,
Material.
right?
Yeah.
But all they do is making themselves look more stupid and stupid and stupid as time goes on.
Hmm.
Because guess what? They swallowed the stone wrapped in a baby's blanket already. Zeus is out. It's
Yeah.
over. It's a
Yeah.
wrap. It's a wrap for them.
And my last point, bro. My last point. The analogy that you gave about how he took it from Kareem the same way.
Mm-hmm.
In the analogy that you used, it's right, man. It was wrongfully taken from Kareem. Michael Jordan did not earn the GOAT title. It was bestowed upon him, as you
Mm-hmm.
said, in 88, 89. I remember 91, definitively in 93, before he even won his third title. They
Mm-hmm.
gave him the GOAT title during the second title, when he completed the second title run, right? So now they're afraid. And so he has to eat his children, man. And LeBron is simply a result of the Jordan legacy, right? They're afraid of that guy coming in to take the throne. But I'm sorry, Michael Jordan fans, he's already taken the throne.
Yep.
And it's
That's
just
a
a
wrap.
matter of time, right? When his career's over and everybody looks back,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you look at the highlights, you look at the stats, you look at all the impact, it's going to be so incredible that I can't wait till a new generation comes in, looks back and say, man, that guy's the GOAT, man. You don't need to sit down.
Yeah. Shout out to you, man.
Hmm.
You said it best, brother. You said it best, man. Shout out to you, man. Thank you again. Again, they are what we call use
Oh
a
yeah.
fuck nigga, and they're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
stay that until because they can't go nowhere. To turn around now would take too much manhood. It would take too much
Oh yeah.
masculinity. It would take too much humbleness. They don't have that. It doesn't exist because again, it was too easy being a Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant fan because you never had to be living. You never had to live in reality. You never had
Oh
to live
yeah.
in reality. So now that we live in a world of fantasy, people are begging for reality. And that's what we have here in GOAT James Kingdom. So thanks again, brother. I appreciate you
Yes,
for
sir.
joining me. He is a GOAT James Kingdom member. That is Anthony Davis. Thank you, brother, so much for supporting us. We appreciate you and everything that you do for us. He's been a long-time member of the group. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. This is the Friday night exposure with the exposer. I'm the exposer, Ajani. And as you can see, I get no one who wants to really truly have a conversation and challenge me. Because at the end of the day, Michael Jordan fans and Kobe Bryant fans do understand. Use a fuck nigga. And just in case you did not understand what being a fuck nigga is and the idea of a fuck nigga, pay attention, listen closely, y'all. Pay attention and listen closely to what Bumby is saying. And again, y'all, tonight's show is a adult themed show. Parental discretion advised. Because we have too many fuck niggas around. And Bumby will explain what it is to be a fuck nigga.
If everybody was a real nigga and everybody was solid, more people would be successful. You know what I'm saying? But it's more fuck niggas than it is real niggas.
Yes, it is.
And that's why there are more successful real people, because a lot of fuck niggas held a lot of people back purposely. Like, made it their life's work to just make sure this nigga wasn't gonna beat nobody.
That's factual, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Jordan fan and Kobe Bryant fans. Use a fuck nigga. You're always going to be that. Because at the end of the day, you guys cannot accept what is about to happen for the NBA. The NBA is taking off. These playoffs are going to be great. The play-in tournaments are going to be great. The last 2-3 weeks of the NBA is going to be great. Tonight's games are great. You guys make sure to check out tonight's game. The Lakers play tonight. In fact, they will be playing very shortly at 10 p.m. on ESPN. But tonight's show is about these Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant fans and how much Use a fuck nigga. At the end of the day, you guys spend your whole life trying to discredit a whole man and a whole generation because you can't accept greatness when it stands before you. You can't accept it. You're going to continually discredit an entire generation of basketball because you can't let go. You just cannot let go. It is over. We're done with the 90s. We're done with the 80s. The same way y'all were done with the 70s. Like y'all was done with the 60s. And we've all been done with the 50s because at the end of the day, there's not even enough footage of the 50s. Most of the players who played in the 50s didn't even play 4 or 5 NBA seasons. Most of them played shorter than that. So there's no even need to go back and look at that type of NBA. But the 2000s is next. Because as the years go by, the 2000s will start to look old. It will start to look draggy. We're going to start to question how great the 2000s was. Because, again, basketball will continually evolve. The NBA will continually become a great sport that we all going to appreciate. This is why we watch it night in and night out. But Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan fans, use a fuck nigga. Y'all never watch the games. Y'all only watch LeBron play. Y'all don't watch the games of the past. Y'all claim y'all love old NBA, but none of y'all go back and watch the film. None of y'all even take the time to go back and watch the film. So what you guys need to do and need to understand is that here in GOAT James Kingdom, we don't play no games with you guys. Brandon and I go live every Sunday, noon Eastern time, for the GOAT James Kingdom show. You guys can catch us there. Since you don't want to talk to me, because I found it weird, and I talked to Brandon about this. The Exposer rarely exposes anybody on a Friday night. But when it comes to Sunday, you motherfuckers show up. You know why? Use a fuck nigga. And you think Brandon's gonna save you from the Exposer. But all Brandon does is lead you right to me and allow me to devour you like Cronus devoured his children. That's what happens. You guys, again, need to understand that GOAT James Kingdom is not going nowhere. LeBron James is not going nowhere. He's going to play another 2 years. So what does that mean for us here in GOAT James Kingdom? We're going to continue to drop knowledge about basketball while you guys continually cry because use a fuck nigga. And you suffer from the Cronus complex. And you are afraid of Michael Jordan's seeds, the people that he influenced, all of the great players of today that we see like Ant-Man who's balling today. You're afraid of them. So you have to unconsciously humiliate and annihilate them. Just like you want to do LeBron James, night in and night out on your podcast and on your platform. But this is why GOAT James Kingdom exists. We will no longer allow you guys to do that. We will no longer accept you guys. Because at the end of the day, use a fuck nigga. And you will always be, use a fuck nigga. I'm not going to stop telling you, use a fuck nigga. Because just because LeBron James tells you his perspective and you are mad and you want to go on your internet and rant about it, use a fuck nigga. Because at the end of the day, y'all, on the Friday Night Exposure, we talk basketball. We bring it like nobody brings it because we are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. So I'm going to end tonight's show, all right, y'all, because it's been fun. I get tired of letting you guys know, use a fuck nigga. And you will continually be that until you change your perspective because you suffer from the Cronus complex. And the reason you suffer from that, because use a fuck nigga. And until you change your behavior, use a fuck nigga. You will continue to be a fuck nigga. Use a fuck nigga. We do not care about your crying asses. Every last one of y'all can kiss my ass today because I'm tired of having to show up to talk about basketball and all I hear is whining and crying because use a fuck nigga. And you can't accept LeBron James's greatness. You can't accept nothing about today's NBA as far as it being great. So ladies and gentlemen, tonight's show is about to end. I am Ajani the Exposer. This is GOAT James Kingdom. And I just called out Michael Jordan fans and Kobe Bryant fans, use a fuck nigga. And you have now been exposed by the exposer. And at the end of the day, all you got to do is hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to become a member of the channel because we are making merch. I'm actually getting shirts delivered so I can create more shirts and I can put together some great things for y'all. So if you want to reach us, you can reach us at the Goat James Kingdom Show at gmail.com, or you can reach us at goatjameskingdom@gmail.com. And use a fuck nigga. Don't email me. Don't contact me. Stay the fuck away from me. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't got time for y'all. I'm done exposing people. I have moved on. It's over with, okay? So you have now been exposed by the exposer.
If you're a basketball fan and you're tired of basketball shows that talk about fake narratives and using non-basketball terms like killer instinct, playoff translation, gravity, come to Go James Kingdom.